Call to order.
This is the December 18, 2019 Freeholder meeting being held at 10:30 a.m. The roll call. Freeholder Fantasia.
Here.
Freeholder Graham.
Here.
Freeholder Hertzberg.
Here.
Freeholder Patillo will be absent. Freeholder Director Yardley.
Here. Okay, please stand. Have a moment of silence.
Can you say specifically in that moment of silence for the Jersey City police officer?
Of course.
Thank you.
Detective Seals.
Detective Seals.
And all those military and individuals serving overseas. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Public statement.
Pursuant to the Open Public Meetings Act, Chapter 231, Public Law 1975, adequate notice as defined by Section 3D of Chapter 231, Public Law 1975 has been made by regular mail. Such notice being submitted on December 10, 2019, from the Administrative Center to the County of Sussex, located at 1 Spring Street, Newton, New Jersey, to the following: New Jersey Herald, New Jersey Sunday Herald, Star Ledger, WSUS Radio, and WNNJ Radio. It is also posted on the bulletin board maintained in the Administrative Center for public announcements and has been submitted to the Sussex County Clerk in compliance with said act.
Terry's on board with getting this done quick.
Okay.
It's fast.
All
Love
right.
that.
Approval of the agenda. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
We have no proclamations or presentation today. Public hearings, none. Public session from the floor.
Comments are limited to 3 minutes or less and must only address issues regarding agenda items. Please state your name and print your name and municipality on the sign-in sheet.
Okay. I'd like to open a motion to open the floor for public comment.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Aye.
We have anyone wish to address the Freeholder Board? Seeing none, a motion to close the
So
floor.
moved.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Aye.
Closed. Freeholder comments. Dawn, do you have any comments?
Just one update. Herb and I met with Bill Curcio and Tyler Morgan from the County College for our quarterly meeting. Just to give you the update, Dr. Morgan will be the board chair next year. He's the strategic marketing manager for Thor Labs. He first joined the board in 2014. He was appointed by Governor Christie. He has a PhD in experimental atomic and molecular physics, and he was the vice chair this year. So they just informed us of that. We circled back around regarding the addition of the football team, what the financial projections are. To be clear, there is no increased ask from the college to fund that program. They believe it's going to be self-funding in year 1 and then actually generate revenue in subsequent year 2 and 3. Also, they're actively recruiting students to play. They have a dozen students now already committed to play in the fall. So that's just a brief update from the college. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Josh, have any?
I would just like to say, wish everybody happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and thank the staff for all their work during the year. You know, they do a lot of work in the background. We take a lot of the credit, but we don't do hardly any of the work they do. Thank you guys for everything you do.
Okay. George?
I said thank you to a lot of people that I've worked with over the years. I want to follow what Josh was saying, particularly in ice storms like yesterday. It's a very difficult task to keep up with, but they do an excellent job with the difficulties of equipment, and sometimes some of these storms last for very long hours and just rotating them. Greg, please pass along my appreciation for all that they've done. I do want to cover, again, all employees that have done, and it's not just the directors. I always mention the directors, but it's people all the way down to the people who deal with the public. Our social services, our plows, our just people greeting people here. And I want to, my final is our our clerks, our Freeholder Board clerk. We've had 3 really outstanding clerks over the years: Elaine Morgan, Kathy Williams, and Terry Lyons. And I had to talk about Elaine for a minute, because Elaine was somebody that was very near and dear to not just myself, but many people. When Elaine retired, this room was full, because everybody loved her. There's a plaque behind on the other side of the clock that calls this the Elaine Morgan meeting room. I'm glad we did that. Terry, thank you for taking the job. Thank you for being extremely professional. Thank you for not mumbling under your breath until I leave. But I appreciate it. And Greg, thank you very much for everything. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot this guy, Kevin Kemp. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's all.
Okay, thank you. Other than to wish everyone a Merry Christmas, Happy Holiday. I think this ending the year, we'll see if we can get through the end of the month quietly. No storms, no events. And we look forward to the new year. I think we're going to have a good year. And I want to say that the snow plowing and the tree removal and the work that was done over the last couple of storms really was outstanding. I want to thank everybody for that. I also want to thank the OEM and the sheriff and that whole group that worked together. It shows that we have the ability to come together and work and get things done. So everyone have a good Christmas. Okay, approval of the consent agenda. Do I have a motion?
If I could just read the statement, please.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The Board of Chosen Freeholders of the County of Sussex has reviewed the consent agenda consisting of various proposed resolutions and determined that adoption of the said resolutions is in and will further the public interest. If any freeholder would like to remove an item to be considered separately, please do so now.
Okay, do we have anything? Okay. Do I have a motion to approve?
Motion.
Okay.
Second?
Roll call.
Freeholder Fantasia?
Yes.
Freeholder Graham?
Yes.
Freeholder Hertzberg?
Yes.
Freeholder Director Yardley?
Yes. Approval of the minutes, motion to approve the regular minutes and executive session of December 11, 2019. All, do I have a motion?
So moved?
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay, motion to approve executive minutes November 26.
Freeholder Hertzberg will abstain.
Okay. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Do I have a second? I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
That passes. Appointments and/or resignations. Appointing Skylands Risk Management as risk management consultant. Appointing also B, resolution appointing the fund commissioner for calendar year 2020. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
Okay.
Wait, I'm sorry, would you kindly repeat that?
What would you like to repeat it?
What you just said, you said appointments and or resignations, and then you said appointing staff
Oh,
risk management and appointing fund commissioner. There's no change, it's as it is on there, correct?
That
I just
is-
want to make sure I heard that properly.
That is correct. There are no changes.
Okay, thank you.
Motion to approve, A and B. We have George made the main motion, I did the second. Roll call.
Freeholder Fantasia?
Yes, sir.
Freeholder Graham?
Yes.
Freeholder Hertzberg?
Yes.
Freeholder Director Yardley?
Yes. Okay, resolutions. A resolution to approve resolution A, hold on. A to P.
Make a motion.
Do I have a second?
Second?
Any discussion?
Yes. Where do we stand with some of these based upon our conversation regarding legal representation?
Are they, pulling, hold on a second.
Yeah.
So these are on, down here, right?
Let me just
Excuse
say,
me?
Yeah.
These are pulled out, these are for you, right?
Those are separate.
Right.
From what's being considered right now. For the legal services listed in 13 on resolutions,
you're looking at resolutions A, B, and C.
Right, so
13A, B.
these are just the PSAs, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
The agreements that expire on December 31st.
The other ones are on the next,
Right.
on
For
14.
Correct, on 14.
Right, okay.
Okay.
Don, you clear with that?
It's just a random conversation. Could someone clarify for me?
Yeah, the ones that we talked about pushing to next year so that the new freeholder board can look at it together are on the next resolutions on 14, A, B, and C.
Thank you.
Okay. So,
Got it.
we have a motion to adopt.
So moved?
Second,
Second.
roll call.
Freeholder Fantasia,
Yes.
Freeholder Graham.
Yes.
Freeholder Hertzberg.
Yes.
Freeholder Director Yardley.
Yes. Award of contracts change order bids.
Board of Chosen Freeholders of the County of Sussex has reviewed the award of contract change order bids consisting of various proposed resolutions and determined that the adoption of the said resolutions is in and will further the public interest.
Okay, is there a motion to approve? Well,
Can I just make a statement, then we'll,
go ahead.
I'm just gonna say that,
We have to make a motion, just let's make a motion to put it on the table, and then,
Yeah,
and then,
we need to-
and then we discuss, that's all.
Yeah,
So
so
just
any
make a
motion
motion.
to put on the table? Okay, do I have a motion?
George made the motion.
George made, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay.
So-
Discussion.
Discussion.
As the freeholder board did for us when we came in, there were several things that they didn't take action on so that we could be part of those decisions. And I appreciated that, and I want to make sure that we extend our new freeholder that same thing. This doesn't mean that we're, looking to get rid of any of these attorneys that are on this list. It just means that I think it's fair that we let the new freeholder be part of this decision-making. And that was the reasoning for letting this go on to next year before we make the final decision.
Okay, and so that it's clear, all of the attorneys referred to in A, B, and C here are contractually obligated to stay on until their successors are in place. So there will be no loss, as there would have been with the contracts
Right.
that expired at the end of the year. These will just.
Can you hear Dawn?
I'm trying to.
I can.
Yeah, I'm right next to the phone, Dawn. I'm trying to speak
Yeah,
right into
I
it.
can hear you. Yeah, thank
So,
you.
yeah, so, these, all these firms would continue, until a successor is in place, so there is no loss there of time or services.
Yep.
So, let me just repeat
Bless you.
what I understand you said. That they continue to operate, and they may be approved, right?
Yes.
Because you're saying until their successor,
Yes.
so.
If there is one, otherwise
Right.
they'll be renewed.
Otherwise, they'll just be renewed.
Right.
But they'll be reviewed in January with the new freehold.
Right.
All right, so, we have a motion, so we need a vote. We're gonna have a roll call vote. A yes vote means, yes, you're gonna approve this, and a no vote will mean it's gonna go to the January meeting, okay?
I'm sorry, Herb, can you please repeat that? A
Yes.
yes vote means we're approving it as it stands on the agenda. A no vote means that we would like to act on it in January.
That's
Correct.
correct. That's correct.
Thank you.
Be replaced, it's a no vote, but it'll be placed on the January, in essence.
Understood,
okay?
thank you.
Okay, roll call.
Freeholder Fantasia,
No.
Freeholder Graham. I'm sorry, did you say no?
No.
Freeholder Hertzberg,
No.
Freeholder Director Yardley.
No. Okay. Financial, no bills this meeting. Personnel, I have a resolution with personnel agenda of December 18, 2018. I do apologize, Greg, I meant to call and I did not. The one issue was, it said the superintendent of schools. I wasn't quite sure what that was about.
It's an administrative clerk's position within the superintendent of schools office. The superintendent has recommended a salary adjustment for the administrative clerk within that office based upon increased job responsibilities.
Okay, and that's a position that we have to approve?
The superintendent of schools employees are county employees.
All right. Okay. It is an anomaly, because I was a little confused with that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
We have no say in the department. All we do is pay the bill.
Interesting
It's
responsibility.
an absolute, it's something that's come up year after year
Welcome
after
to county
year.
government.
That's statutory?
It's statutory.
Yeah,
It's-
You have similar issues with the tax board and the board of elections.
So there's a couple boards that are like that.
Yes,
Yep.
it's a unique,
We just pay the bills, we're like parents.
yeah, it's a unique issue with county government.
Okay, thank you. Okay, we need a, okay, motion to adopt the personnel agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Freeholder Fantasia,
Yes.
Freeholder Graham.
Yes.
Freeholder Hertzberg.
Yes.
Freeholder Director Yardley.
Yes. Administrative report?
Yes, thank you. I'd just like to thank the board for your continued cooperation and support with the administration over the course of the year. I'd like to acknowledge Freeholder Graham for the work that he's done for the taxpayers of Sussex County and wish him all the best.
I like that you said 4 instead of 2.
That's funny.
And the budget, the operating capital budget continued to be developed, and I anticipate having a report back to the budget subcommittee just after the first of the year, and looking forward to another productive and exciting year in 2020. Wishing everyone a happy Hanukkah, a Merry Christmas, and a happy and healthy and prosperous New Year. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Greg.
County council?
Well, I better agree with everything that Greg just had to say, and incorporate that. But seriously, thank you all for a good year, and you all means the freeholders and all the people that are working here. It was much appreciated, and I think we got a lot done, and thank you and happy holidays. We did say that I'll get the notices to the attorneys that we have the bid arrangements with, and I'll do that right away. There's something about, at this time of the year, we try to release the second half of the year closed session minutes. I've reviewed them, I have them all here. But they fall into a number of categories. And these are close executive session minutes from June 24th to now, and through December 11. And some can be released, some absolutely can't, and other ones need redactions. So I guess I need a little guidance as to how we should do that.
Put a committee together
I mean, I could just
to look at it. Well,
agree.
sometimes you need the eyes from 2 different directions. One is the legal side, and the other one is to, just honestly, the public is a right to know if it's not something that's.
Yeah, I mean, some are pending negotiations.
And you can't, pending negotiations, you can't, personnel, you can't, there's things you can't, but there's things you can do. And
There's some settlement information of cases that still aren't settled.
I agree with George, we should have a committee, just sit down with you and look through it,
That'd be great.
present it to the board.
That'd be great.
It's good to
I'm
have-
ready to do that.
It's good to have 3 eyes on it than just one.
Yes.
Director?
Almost
Unfinished,
400.
no unfinished, no new, public session from the floor. Everyone is asked to keep their comments to 3 minutes. Please state your name and print your name and municipality on the sign-in sheet. Do I have a motion to open the floor for public comment?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Open to the public.
Aye.
I'm Carol Maverick. I am the Administrator for Health and Human Services for the county. I wanted to take this opportunity on behalf of the full department to thank each and every one of you for what I consider to be exceptional support of the divisions, of the services that we provide, and for understanding how important they are for so many of our residents. And so, should we all thank you. In addition to that, George, I have to thank you and recognize you for your work as liaison to the department. And it was, you really did such good work for us, so thank you so very much. Good luck.
Thank you.
And thanks to Terry and Greg as well, who have been very supportive. Have a happy, healthy holiday season. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
Thank you, Carol. You and your staff
Thank you.
touch, the most vulnerable citizens we have, and it's very extremely important work, and I appreciate it.
Thank
You guys do.
you. I will give them your comments.
And one thing in your department is that there's people who do it for money, and there's people who do it for something else. And your department, I know they have to eat, but I've seen them go over and above every
Sure.
single time for every single reason. I know there are people that are called on Saturday night because somebody finds himself in an emergency situation of being homeless. I've sat downstairs in social services, and I've seen people who are at their very end of their rope, and there's not much we can do, but somehow or another, you pull something out and you do something. Bags of groceries sitting there for anybody who possibly needs them. Your affiliation with our food pantry as well as our transportation. You don't realize, coming here from municipalities, you don't realize all the different things that we do here. And more often than not, your department is probably the one that does the most of the little things that nobody really sees. Thank you, and place that on everybody who works there.
Well, thank you. I have to say, the staff within the department, throughout the whole department, is just absolutely excellent and passionate and dedicated to what they do. So thank you all.
Thank you.
Anyone else wish to address the Freeholder Board?
Ellen Begetter, Frankfurt, and CFO of the county. I just wanted to, in particular, thank Freeholder Director Yardley for all the work as the director. I know it's a lot of work, and there's a lot of business that goes on throughout the county, getting the agendas ready and all the work that has to be done. And I think it's something that you don't anticipate when you get into it, and it's a lot of work, but I'm glad you were there in support of the county and the different departments. And I'd like to thank Freeholder Graham for welcoming me to the county last year, and for all the work you've done over the numerous years. I know I haven't been here for all of that, but much appreciated. Thank you for all the freeholders for supporting the finance department and the library. The library does a lot of work, and I think they're going in a great direction, and the work of Will Porter as our library director is outstanding. Thanks, Greg, for a great year, and happy holidays.
Thank you.
Anyone else wish to address the Freeholder Board? Okay. So I'm going to close the public session. Motion to close.
Motion?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Before we close the meeting, have a motion to close, I want to recognize Thor Carlson in the back. Thor has been videotaping all of our meetings. And I want to let you know, Thor, that the education you got on how governments run, we're not going to charge you for that. So I just wanted to let you know. Thor has been at all of the night meetings, and has done a great job videotaping, and maybe we can get you out of that at some point in time, and then you'll have a home life. But thank you for doing that, and thank everyone again in the building. Reminders, visit the county website for updates on things that are happening. There is no executive session. Do I need a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Adjourn.
All right.